What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So we just got the new Simulor augment from Nightwave called Spontaneous Singularity, and we got a review video for you today. This augment can make the Simulor a lot better for you, or even a lot worse for you, depending on how your perspective is and what you use the Simulor for. So we'll be reviewing that today. Before we do, make sure you sub this channel. We do daily Warframe video uploads, build videos, news videos, discussion videos, all that kind of stuff that replace Warframe content. And we'll have strategy guides out on the new update on Wednesday when that does release. But first things first, we just got this new augment mod for the Simulor, and I gotta be truthful with you guys. The footage you're watching right now is not with the augment, because the new augment, as I said earlier, can be viewed as a downside in some situations. Let's go ahead and show what the augment does and why I actually don't like it that much after using it for a good couple of hours. Okay, so here we are on the sim, and I have the Synoid Simulor. Now, the augment is called Spontaneous Singularity, and it does require rank 25 with the current season of Nightwave. But it reads as follows. And remember, too, it's not going to contain everything it actually does in this description. Orbs that strike targets will explode immediately, with a 90% bonus damage and a 80% chance of singularities that pull in more targets. Orbs do not bounce or combine. Okay, so what they don't tell you in this description, and why this weapon, this augment is maybe a downside in some cases, is that this actually removes functionality from the weapon. So with this augment equipped, you can only get damage when you get direct hits. You can no longer detonate the orbs midair, like the Simulor normally does. Here, I'm going to show the no Riven Build, and I'll take the augment off to show you that. So we've got the augment on here, we can't detonate the orbs. If I take the augment off, now these orbs can fly in the air. They can combine to that thing. I can detonate them. I can detonate a single orb, like an explosion. The orbs will also bounce off projectiles. Now, they will not explode when directly hitting an enemy. That is something that you could not do with the base functionality of the gun. But yes, the augment will basically allow that to happen. So I shoot them, it bounces right off them, doesn't hurt them. I can detonate it, and it does good damage. But yes, the augment's going to make it where you can no longer manually detonate. You can't have orbs flying around. This becomes a weapon that you have to hit direct hits with the augment. So we're going to throw the augment back on. So yes, you can no longer manually detonate. You have to hit enemies. You no longer have orbs lingering around. It is a little bit of it's a bit of an unfortunate thing. Like when I read the description of the mod, I didn't think it would be doing that. So we're gonna go ahead and use the build I was just showing right there. This is the no Riven Build. So we fire up a shot of this thing, and it's gonna have force electric procs on the explosion, and we can even stack higher with electric mods. So as you can see, now we're kind of using it like a rifle. So a little bit of projectile speed. There's your singularity, your 7-meter singularity vortex. It has a little bit of a slow pull-in, I guess I'd call it. It kind of feels like a proboscis Sarnos pull-in. So this thing has 18% chance to proc the singularity. Let's see if we actually get it with everyone dying here. Okay, so it looks like we are killing them too quick. Let's get the more tanky enemies. I take it back. There's one right there. So the singularity pulled them in. It's about 7-meter radius singularity that pulls them in. The singularity does constantly damage them too while they're in it. So it's actually pretty good. And I show a Saryn set up for this later. It's actually pretty good with Saryn. Spoiler alert, everything's good with Saryn. So yeah, the no Riven build, it can take care of Armored Grenadier relatively easily. Now this weapon's really, really good for a specific enemy faction. That's going to be the faction we'll be fighting in the newest update called the Murmur. So the Murmur are weak to electric, and this thing does electric by base when you explode it. So yeah, it's very, very good for Murmur. We got Band the Grenadier on here right now. Let's just throw on Roar, and it does a lot of damage to these guys. These are level 230 steel path too. So them being weak to magnetic, and this weapon having a 7.2 meter explosion at base, with Prime Firestorm makes it really good for taking out groups of Murmur. So yeah, at least it's got that going for it. A new full auto rifle basically that has anti-Murmur capabilities. Not exactly like they're that hard to kill, but yeah. We got the Synoid Simulor here, and as far as the build for the no Riven setup, let's start going through these things. We got Band the Grenadier, so that was doing nothing against them there. So as far as it stands right now, we got a 5-meter explosion radius with electric mod on here. We get the forced electric procs from the explosions of the orbs, and then this will make the electric procs even stronger with Stormbringer. You can put on 60-60 here if you wanted to, but the main mod I'd recommend you take off on here is if you're okay with less damage, you're not fighting the Grenadier, put on Prime Firestorm. You go from 5-meter AoE to 7.2, so your explosion size matches the size of your singularity from your augment. So yeah, now here's another issue with this thing. If we compare the direct hit explosion from this gun versus the no augment explosion of manual detonation, the direct hit explosion is weaker than if we were to not have the if we were to just not run the augment. So yeah, the augment's actually a bad thing in some situations, and I'm going to actually show you another reason why it's not good right now. I know this is kind of like me ripping on the augment a lot, but we kind of have to. So another thing that's better without the augment is Mirage. So with Mirage, you have your illusions that can summon, you know, other guns too, basically. But it's anti-synergy with Mirage, because if we use no augment on Mirage, we can like pretty much auto-combine this thing. It's really nice. Like, you know, Singularity instantly explode, Singularity explode. If you have more multi-shot, you can even instantly combine it, which I'm not really doing right now. But yes, we can shoot it in there. It just blows them all up. It's super, super good. But if we put the augment back on, you'll see the anti-synergy with this augment with Mirage. So like I said, we can no longer manually detonate. We must actually directly hit. And now you might understand where the problem's coming from, because our illusions aren't going to really be aiming. They're just kind of like, they're just like wildly firing wherever we're aiming at. So unless we get a direct hit, see, like unless it's a direct hit, let's take a bunch of enemies. Those shots on the side are not actually connecting anything. So it's not very good with Mirage. I'd say no augment's better on Mirage than with an augment. And I'm not even done ripping on the augment yet. Okay, here comes the real whammy here. Okay, I'm sorry. Volt shield plus this equals don't do that. So if you use the Simulor, all well and good. If you use Volt shield, not all well and good. You can basically Volt shield makes this augment not work. Okay, so you can't damage enemies with it. There's other things in this game that also are broken with this. Dude, don't worry, it's already been bug reported. But I'm just saying this augment is not really as phenomenal as I was hoping it would be. So you got other things it doesn't work with. Zephyr doesn't work with Zephyr. But something that is good with Zephyr, we're talking about now, if you actually wanted to make this, what you could do, actually projectile flight speed does make this thing fly farther. So this thing has about 17 meter range with the no Riven build with terminal velocity. But if you were to get a projectile flight speed Riven, we can go from 17 meters to like 30 something meters. Or if we use Zephyr's augment called Jetstream, which can take it even further, Jetstream will increase the projectile flight speed of weapons, increase it with her power strength. So with this build, 170% power strength, we have 170% projectile speed. We can get even further, but we'll have like a 50 meter range on this thing now. So this is with a projectile flight speed Riven, keep that in mind. So about 30 meters with this, and if I use Zephyr, it'll probably be about 50 meters. So now if you get a higher stat projectile speed Riven, you can get like 34 meters or further. I had one of those last night. But yeah, it makes this thing a lot more convenient to use if you can actually fire this thing at a decent range. Because 17 meter range feels like, it's like a melee. So like this, I don't have her ability active right now, so we just fly way over here. Let's see, is that far enough? Yeah, so we can hit him this far away with the gun if you use projectile flight speed. So yeah, if you do plan on maining this weapon to any degree, if you want to like give it a try for a bit, consider projectile flight speed on either a Riven or your frame build, because it can make a pretty big difference. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention though, the bad thing about Zephyr, you know, projectile flight speed is good, but yeah, if you shoot the tornadoes with Zephyr's tornadoes with this thing, it doesn't work either. So Gyre's orb augment doesn't work, Volt shield doesn't work, Zephyr tornadoes clearly don't work. You know what does work though is going to be Saryn. I had people ask me if this would go Saryn last night, and it ain't no Akikor or Sobek, but it's decent enough. So as far as the Saryn builder here, we have like a pretty much god roll Saryn Riven, multi-shot anti-grenadier and Toxin, and we're going double anti-grenadier here. I really do highly recommend Prime Firestorm in the long run if you want to main this thing. But yeah, as it stands right now, we've got a big DOT build. Now Elementalist does not work on Saryn's 3, but it does work on Synoid 9's 2, so keep that in mind. We're going to go ahead and throw these enemies in here. I don't even know, it's the wrong faction. So let's get some Exo Gok stats here. Basically, guys, I think the augment is okay, but it has some downsides for sure that is a bit of unfortunate. Like, the fact I can't manually detonate the orb. If you were used to use the Simulor before, it's like a new playstyle for this one. I really don't like it that much, but hey, I have 3 ribbons for it now. Maybe I do like it more. As far as what this weapon's good at, it's good as like a generic, like, okay, I've got an AoE primary basically, I can fire out this primary, it's going to explode in a 7 meter AoE, and it has force electric procs too. It's like, kind of like in that front where you have like a nice full auto, if you were to use this as a rifle, like just full auto rifle, as long as you can get around that projectile flight speed being a downside, and the kind of annoying reload too, this could be a nice weapon to main. Like if you're planning to like do an ETA or a Netracell, besides the range, like I said, besides the range, this could take care of, you know, level 500 enemies really easily with a single DOT shot. So that's pretty good. Now, if we could actually get the Singularity here, I could show that. Now, they're dying too fast, so the Singularity's not going to get created if they die this fast. It's 18% chance to proc. But yes, the Singularity, there we go. The Singularity will constantly proc Toxin, which is pretty fun if you're playing a frame like Saryn. But again, the same thing could be done without the Augment. So it's like, why are you really using the Augment? This 9% damage is not making up for the damage loss of the extra explosion. So yeah, so as far as my overall opinions on this, guys, now that we've gone through it all the way, here's some footage of the actual Augment in mission 2 with the no Augment build. I'm a little bit disappointed in it. It was supposed to be, you know, the return of the Simulor meta, and it's not. I don't know if they were like cautious about it or something like that, but using the Simulor this much has made me really notice how annoying some of its stats are. For example, look how much you're reloading this thing. You're reloading this thing so much. And not to mention that now that we can't actually have the orbs lingering around, you have to be relatively precise with this thing too. Oh, did I forget to mention, any ragdolls make the weapon not work. So if you were to use Anaros' Sandstorm Tornado and then shoot enemies that were knocked down by it, it would not do any damage. Additionally, Primary Crux doesn't work with this thing. I forgot to mention that earlier, but yeah, Primary Crux does not work with this Augment. You can't stack Primary Crux, you just get no stacks out of it. So it's clearly buggy. It clearly is not like entirely ready for player consumption right now, and it makes me hope that like it was going to get some more buffs or some bug fixes, like return the manual detonation of orbs. I doubt they'll do that because there's not even an alt fire button on this thing anymore after that. You know, make the damage a little bit higher from the direct hit because it's doing less damage than without the Augment, and this Augment takes a mod slot too. So it's like you're like basically using a mod slot for the convenience that I had to manually detonate. That's what this is basically feeling like right now. Okay, I hit a direct hit, now it explodes instantly. No manual detonation needed, but I'm doing so much less damage. It's like, if you're using the Simulor in the first place, you're probably not exactly going for the meta stuff. You're probably not going for the meta stuff. So, throw him a bone, dude. Like, let this Augment be good. The Athenite Augment did not need, like, all this explanation of, like, well, you know, in this situation with this thing going on, it's not as good. It's like, no, the Athenite Augment was just, it was like a built-in acuity. It's just like a big weak point damage buff. They were being more creative, but the creativity did pull it down a little bit. So I'd say this one could use a buff. If you want to get a ribbon for this thing, as far as the ribbons I've been looking for, projectile flight speed, that's my new top stat of this thing. It makes the weapon go from a 17-meter range to like, the most I got was with only a ribbon about 34 meters. So 34-meter range versus a 17-meter range, that's a big difference. And that's going to be at a dual stat. Projectile flight speed Riven with a negative. So with a tri-stat, you're getting about 30 meters, still pretty good. But yeah, guys, really disappointing. Riven would also be good with multi-shot and like crit too. But yeah, that's basically it for the video. I'll see you guys next time. Let me know how you feel about the Simulor Augment if you've gotten it already. That is the last Nightwave Augment of this season, and I've done all the daily challenges, but I'll keep doing them to get the Zaku skin. So I'll see you guys on the new update on Wednesday. I'll see you with the video tomorrow, so we're going to be going over the new update. And yeah, good luck getting that Simulor Ribbon with the projectile flight speed, because I've been grinding it myself. Take it easy, guys. Peace!